Now, something you might hear about every now and then is what's called OTS. OTS stands for Old Tank Syndrome. OTS is where your gravel builds up layers of mulm inside the gravel, and the mulm is very fine, basically detritus, and because it's very fine, the oxygen gets starved within the depth of the gravel, and then instead of forming anaerobic aerobic bacteria, you start to form what's called anoxic bacteria, and these anoxic bacteria are capable of discharging hydrogen sulfide, which can actually be poisonous to fish. You pretty much exclusively hear about old tank syndrome in really high populated aquariums like cichlid tanks, but usually reef tanks. So over a period of years, if the back of your reef, which is never able to be serviced, starts to clog up with mulm and you start to discharge hydrogen sulfide, you might find that you start losing occasionally one of your fish, because your nature's going to want to knock the population of your tank down. Often the fish get skinny and then die off. If you see this happening, then it is worth considering doing a spring clean. And a spring clean basically means pulling out your rocks, giving the whole thing a good gravel clean, pulling out all the mulm and all the waste in the back of the rocks. I'm actually a fan of doing this every 6 months to a year anyway, because regardless of how nice your rock structure is, rearranging your tank and changing some of your plants or whatever you're doing just to give the tank a bit of a facelift definitely maintains my interest in the tank. I'd also recommend, while you're doing a spring clean, to replace some fish. Get rid of some of the fish, take them down to the aquarium shop and trade in the ones that you don't like, because you always end up with a couple of ones that you just end up being disappointed with, that you wouldn't mind swapping over. I think changing some of the fish revives your interest in the aquarium. I think when you're looking at the same fish all day, every day, I think you've sort of seen them. I think it's really worth giving your tank a facelift, rearranging the rocks, swapping some fish, and just reigniting your own interest. So as far as old tank syndrome is concerned, once again, reef tanks are the main or most sensitive to old tank syndrome, and there are various products such as Aquarium Detox that help to reverse the effects of old tank syndrome. So what this basically does is introduce bacteria found in mud, and this bacteria is incompatible with anoxic bacteria, so therefore it gets rid of your hydrogen sulfide buildup. So if you are concerned that you've got hydrogen sulfide buildup in your aquarium, it is worth putting some detox into the aquarium for a month or so before you do the spring clean, because I have been involved in aquariums that are very well established and very mature, and when we've taken the aquarium, we've pulled all the rocks out of the aquarium, we have lost fish right in front of our eyes, and that's because of what we believe to be old tank syndrome. So old tank syndrome is the accumulation of anoxic bacteria, if left unchecked, can slowly leach into the aquarium, causing minor problems over time, or if expelled all at once, then the hydrogen sulfide is able to be released and can kill your fish. So anyway, you can give this stuff a crack, see what you think, and if you've got anything to add to this video, any advice you have on OTS or old tank syndrome, then put a little comment at the bottom of this video.